idea that Prince Harry tells the BBC that his family is not safe in the UK, speaking of Meghan coming to London Fashion Week,
Yeah.
he refuses to bring his family back there because they're not safe enough. But Meghan can go to the same city that his mother died in. And he specifically blames the paparazzi. Meghan's not only there by herself, but she is engaging consistently with the paparazzi while in Paris. Does that hypocrisy shock you at all?
That whole thing shocks me. It's the story of the Sussexes have won a PR incompetence. And this is another example of how they think they're being clever. They think they're showing we're out there, but actually their narrative that they like to portray. And when we come back to Harry saying, you know, truth is always out and we must be true to ourselves, well, this is a funny old way to show it. Turn up at a, you know, okay, a mainline fashion show at Paris, and then do everything else around it. And then you say there's no security issues. Well, Paris has had issues over the last year or so. They can't keep a prime minister at the moment. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But you know what I mean?
Well, remember, Kim Kardashian, somebody barged into her hotel room at Paris Fashion Week, tied her up. I believe she was only in a robe, tied her up put her in the bathtub. She says she thought she was going to die. And they stole hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of materials from her. That big rock she was always, showing off that Kanye West had given her disappeared. They never found that, or I think that they chopped it into a million pieces or something. But you're exactly right. It's not like Paris Fashion Week is the safest place for Meghan Markle to be based on.
Well, if you're comparing it to London and Paris, you know, of course we've got security issues in this country. No one's pretending that it's, you know, that we have knife crime issues. We have certain problems, but every country, every capital city, America's no different. Every country's got these issues. So you can't. But if you're trying to say, so why, if you can go to Paris, you bet your bottom dollar you can go to London. And this is what annoys me. Now, Harry's saying, well, there's a stalker. Well, celebrities are always being bothered by a stalker. You know, it's never going to happen to me, or it's never going to happen to you. But, you know, stalkers happen to the big A-listers. Sadly, it's a fact of horrible life that there are people who become obsessed with certain people who suddenly they feel like they own. And maybe this person who's stalking Harry has and is reportedly has mental health problems. And so you can never exclude that. But due diligence will be done at all times by the security services in this country. So who then decided it was due diligence that she could go to Paris? The due diligence, I would venture to suggest, was Meghan thought, oh, this is a good idea. I'm off. Bring my security detail. Off we go. Make sure we've got 5-star accommodation. Thank you very much.
But wait, I want to ask you something. I've said a million times, Harry and Meghan want to show up to support Well Child. I think that Ravik will be like, you know what? Absolutely, you're going to have all the security you need. But I've always made the argument, if Meghan Markle wants to show up to go Christmas shopping, Ravik's going to be like, you know what? We're not going to give you the security that you want because that's a vanity project. That's shallow. Meghan Markle showing up for a fashion week. Meghan Markle needing a 4-car motorcade to go to a Broadway show. These two think that they are so much more important than they are. And then one of the reasons why I think the UK government is like, no, it is literally going to be on a case-by-case basis is because they see that vanity. They see how shallow these two are. And they see that Meghan Markle's just willing to jump on a plane to go have her picture taken at a Balenciaga show.
It shows desperation. Because let's be honest, the year has been, you know, I sent you before we went on air a very funny spitting image clip of Meghan, which I don't know whether people know over there. It's a puppetry, but it's a satire. And it's quite funny. It's Meghan Markle and Taylor Swift. And basically, Meghan Markle puts calls it a microwavy. It's quite funny. And then she basically putting the fork into a microwave, ready meal, and Taylor Swift's there, and Taylor Swift deems to criticize her and then gets clonked over the head. It's actually terrific. Funny. Did you think it was funny?
I thought it was
Yeah, it was
hilarious,
good.
and it's
Yeah,
don't
so
forget
you know
now.
they
Megan reached out to Taylor and tried to get Taylor on her
yeah,
podcast, and
yeah.
Taylor didn't even personally reply. She had Megan hand wrote a note. Taylor just dismissed her, and then like within months, we got that great picture of Taylor and Prince William and the
Yeah.
kids, and William dancing to Shake It Off. So yes, Taylor will be a hero in my
Yeah.
book for a long time because of
Well,
that. And
anyway, this is quite a. Anyway. It's a funny spitting image. It popped up on my Instagram feed, and I don't mind spitting image. They can lampoon the main royal family, and I think it's important that we do lampoon figures of in the public, and there's nothing wrong with that, because it just sort of keeps your ego in check, whoever you are. But this is brutal. This one, there's no hold bars what they think of Meghan, and then we see her last week. To me, it was. I had to blink twice when I saw it. I thought, oh my God, we've had good headlines for William and Catherine, and then suddenly bingo. We've got you can have a weekly bingo. What the William and Catherine do some PR. 2 days later, there will be you can. It's odds on every week. I like my racing. I mean, I would probably make more money, guaranteed. I go to my local bookstore 2 days after. Please make sure there's a Meghan story. I wouldn't get. It'll be odds on. Just a guarantee now. They are desperate. And Harry, now, well, he's sort of whinging about men in grey suits. Just is not a good look. And then so we got Meghan turning up, trying to be that she's the great fashion model. Let's remember she's now, she hasn't got too many more years of this. That's the only one. I'll leave it there.
well,
You know,
I
I'm,
think I know what you're saying. I also think when it
I
comes
don't want to be
to
had up for.
uh, I what kills me about all of this is, yes, there would have been people like you, myself, that
Mm,
would have called out Thursday's award, their Humanitarians of the Year award, but the general public would have just oohed and gooed that still buy into this joke of a brand. But
uh,
Megan's greedy and she wanted more. She wanted more. And you're right. They're trying to salvage 2025. I'll tell you this. I just worked with a production company. We're doing a Meghan Markle documentary. They ordered a ton of Meghan Markle products for this documentary. Only the wine showed up. They later got an email offering a refund for everything that didn't show up. But I mean, this is not a business that can sustain itself by having to continuously apologize for not having product that somebody has purchased. 2025 hasn't been a great year for them. Her show was destroyed by critics. Season 2 didn't even make a drop in the culture. The podcast was a joke. We don't even know what's to come of the podcast. And I do think that they're trying to salvage 2025, but had they just kept their mouth shut and their heads down post Harry's embarrassing press response to the men in gray suits, they could have had a week of good press because of the Humanitarians of the Year award. I mean, we know it's a joke, but there are people that would have played along with it. People Magazine, the usual suspects. But Meghan is so greedy. She wants more. She wants more. She wants more.
uh,
And now I don't think they're going to have the positive press that they potentially could have had on Friday and Thursday because she made such an ass of herself in Paris.
so when she's spending time with her children.
I mean, have I ever read the nanny ad I have from her? To
Uh,
you, it's a lot.
uh,
It's a lot. They require a lot of their nannies.